Internet. This video is part 2 of 2 of a very unique dust collection system for this old Rockwell Model 10 table saw. And using freezer bags from Costco, I have achieved what is probably 99.9% dust collection efficiency. Keep watching. Welcome to Scott's Garage. Welcome literally to my garage. Whether it's working on a daily driver or a project car, or a project around the home or the yard or the patio, a pallet project, Scott's Garage is a place for do-it-yourselfers. Everything is do-it-yourself. Welcome to my channel. Now this video is part of a playlist on mods or modifications of this old 1977 Rockwell table saw. The very first modification I made was I changed the motor mount. Instead of hanging a foot off of the table, which always drove me crazy, it now hangs on the inside of the table. And you can see that in this card here above, the first modification. Now the second modification is how I made the lower part here of the dust collection. And I was very pleased with that. And you can see the card here above of how I did that. But it wasn't 100% efficient. I knew I could do better. So this video is how I took it the next step on the dust collection and basically come up with something that's very close to 100% efficient in dust collection. Keep watching. Okay, this is at the very end of part 1. And I just noted here that, hey, I have one extra freezer bag, and it happens to be the right size for the table saw top. And man, what if I use this as a template, cut a hole in it, and basically turn the saw upside down and built the saw around this bag. And I was very confident that if I did that, I could really achieve a pretty high effectiveness for dust collection. And so you can see me, just kind of showing you the concept here. And so that's what I did. Okay, here I measure the template. Here I'm taking out the guts of the table saw. Very simple to do. I think most of the nuts are 9/16 if I remember correctly. I've done this before. It's easy to take the saw apart. Okay, here I'm putting the bag in. You can see where I've cut it out. I'll be bolting it with the main supports for the mechanics of the saw, the guts of it. So I'm just creating the right spacing here. I'll be popping some holes in, putting the bolts through. Okay, here I'm using my hot glue gun, just trying to get a tighter seal on that open end. Putting the guts back in place, rebuilding it. And this is now, I turned the table saw over on the lower end, putting the original dust collection on the bottom, using Velcro to connect the upper bag to the lower portion. It worked really well. Okay, here it is. So just looking at it, you see the hole that the vacuum will be hooked up to, but I have everything on the side contained on both sides, and the back I did use more Velcro here, and so I'm hoping that just the vacuum pressure down there, any dust in the air is going to go down, and I don't see any way for it to get out, and I can hardly wait to try this out. Again, it's not pretty, but it does work. There's the gap here. But you go up here, and that's where you have the Velcro that makes a tighter seal. But for some freezer bags that cost less than $5, I actually think this is going to work. So we will test it out. Okay, here's how the belt side turned out. So the belt is completely outside the lower portion and also the upper portion. So if you can see up there, the pulley for the belt, the bag tucks in and is Velcroed here, and then it goes up, and just on each side of this, I cut a hole there where the pulley is, and it avoids the belt altogether. Let's find out if it works. Okay, I got my VacMaster hooked up. I'm going to turn that on, and we'll make some cuts here. I am so excited about this. Virtually no dust. And I made several cuts here. If you compare it to the previous, so when I had no dust collection, here's what that looked like. Then I added the lower part, and here's the dust. You can see that in this background video. But now that I added the second bag on top, virtually all the dust was collected. And who would have thought, for basically some 3/4 inch PVC that I had lying around the garage and some freezer bags from Costco that cost less than $5, I would come up with what is basically 100% dust collection. Okay, well, I consider this a success. I am so excited about this. Now my next thing is I'll be using this old table saw workbench to build a brand new bench, a new design, my own design. I want it to be, to fit nicely against the wall. I'm also going to build an out table that will also house my compound miter saw and better use the space I have against the wall there. So that will be my next project. I'll be able to do it dust free. Now with this project, I have not yet tested the tilt on the blade. And as I explained in the previous video, that the design of this old table, I can't fully test it because it hits the table. I cannot tilt it. However, the new design, I won't have that problem. I'll be able to test it. Having said that, I designed this. I'm anticipating it will be a problem when you tilt the blade to a 45, but that's why the Velcro is there and I can take it apart. For those cuts, I won't have dust collection, but I think for most cuts, I will. Hope you got some value from this video and this project. I'm not a professional, just a do-it-yourselfer. I'm not a woodworker, but I do like working in my garage, and I'm a do-it-yourselfer. If you got any value at all from this video, please give me a like. It costs you nothing, but it's of great value to me. And as usual, have a great day.